So imagine you just got done with an internal meeting, it's early in the afternoon, you go back to your desk, you sit down, you open your laptop, you have over 40 unread emails, you still need to put together 2 client presentations and put together that proposal for your manager. You want to get out of the office by 4 o'clock so that you can reach that happy hour with your friends, and all of a sudden you hear ring, 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 your phone's ringing and you don't know who it is. You look down, it's a local presence, so you answer it, and all of a sudden you hear, hey, this is Trent from Qualtrics, how are you? You've just received a cold call, you're not having it, you're stressed out. The last thing you want to talk to is a random cold caller out of the blue, and you're thinking, who is Trent? Why is he calling me? I don't have time to talk now. That is why cold calling is so challenging, because you are calling people who don't know you out of the blue, and in today's video we're talking about the best cold calling opening line to nail the first 15 seconds and set more meetings over the phone. That headset right here, this headset right here, I've made over 40,000 cold calls, and there's a lot of thought leadership around there saying, hey, ask for 27 seconds. I know I'm an interruption. There's a lot of different ways you can start a cold call, and I'm gonna debunk the myths and share with you the actual line I use day in and day out that's generated me over $15 million in pipeline. I've even consulted for other organizations helping with their sales development efforts, because you most likely are in sales, and if you're in sales, even if you're not in sales, you need to know how to cold call. On this channel, we talk everything cold calling, all things sales, all things money. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel now and smash the like button for the algorithm. It would really help. Take a second now, hit the like button. Thank you so much. When we think about cold calling, what you're saying isn't as important as how you say it. It took me a really long time to grasp that concept, because when I first started in sales, I was scared to make cold calls. Similar to you, I was fearful of rejection. I didn't know what I was talking about. And before I would make calls that first week when I was starting the fire, before I would make calls, I would find any excuse I could to delay making the call. I would check Instagram, okay, no news stories. I would look through Snapchat. I would say, okay, let's make the call. I would pull up the prospect's LinkedIn, look at the company website, then I'd finally make the call and they wouldn't answer. And then I'd say, okay, good. Let me check Instagram again. It was a big waste of time. It was really inefficient. And great advice I got was make the call, figure out what you're gonna say later. So that's tip number 1. Make the call and figure out what you're gonna say later. Separate yourself from the outcome, good or bad. If you set the meeting, great. If you don't set the meeting, that's okay. Separate yourself from the outcome, make the call, figure it out later. That gets us into step number 2. What you're saying isn't as important as how you're saying it. You need to use tone, inflection, pauses, upward, downward, reflections, and your voice and tone and pitch. There's a lot that goes into it, a lot of things you need to think about before you're actually making the call. When you eventually do make the call and you have all of these different factors in mind, what do you actually say on the cold call? At this point you're wondering, Trent, what do you actually say? And it's as simple as this. Some people will call me an amateur, some people will call me a visionary, and we're gonna do a quick role play. Let's say your name is Sally. Hey Sally, this is Trent from Qualtrics. How are you? Sally responds, Trent, I'm doing okay. Perfect. That's great to hear, Sally. The reason I'm giving you a call this afternoon is, that's it. That's the opening line right there. I always say, how are you? I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to briefly humanize. I don't care how they are. I do care how they are. I want to make their day better. So I'm going to genuinely say, hey, how are you? Most likely they're gonna say, good, or they're gonna say, I'm fine, how are you? If they say back to me, ask me how I am, I know I have them, because I've opened that communication up. The next thing they're wondering, the ring light just went out. The ring light just went out, work with me. That's the thing on cold calls. You'll have unexpected things come up and you can't be denied. And this is a bonus tip, because I was not prepared for that. If the call feels rushed, it's you who are rushing the call. That ring light went out, and I thought about freaking out because I thought this video is ruined. But I kept talking, same pitch, same tone, same inflection, similar on a cold call. When they answer and they say, yep, I'm getting off an airplane. I'm running into a meeting. That's okay. Just keep talking, keep saying your thing. Okay, getting back to the actual opening line here. Hey, this is Trent from XYZ company. How are you? Briefly. This is the first 2 to 3 seconds. They say whatever back. The next thing they're wondering is, who is this person and why are they calling me? That's great to hear you're doing well, Sally. The reason I'm giving you a call this afternoon is psychologically you need to appease their desire, wondering why you're calling them. The reason I'm giving you a call, Sally, is that I'm following up on an email I sent you yesterday. Does the name Qualtrics ring a bell? If I'm calling out of the blue and I can see if they see my email, I'll say that. Sometimes if it's a really high-level executive, I'll insert thought leadership. Hey, Sally, the reason I'm calling you is I noticed that you oversee the HR vision and strategy over there at SpaceX. Leaders that I work with in similar positions are usually focused on attracting, retaining, and engaging talent. How are you using employee feedback today? I have multiple different talk tracks, but it all boils down to the reason I'm calling you is that's all you need to know. When you're making cold calls, it's not easy. It's about volume. You need to make more calls than the next guy. This video is going live on a Friday. It takes one call to change your entire month, quarter, week, whatever it may be. So if you're watching this call during the weekday, make more calls. If you're watching it over the weekend, go find some people to call so that when Monday comes around, you can go make more calls. If you got some value from this video, smash the like button now. Drop me a comment below for the algorithm. If you don't know what to say, just comment the phone emoji or whatever emoji you think I would like. If you want to share something, advice, feedback, criticism, whatever, drop in the comments. It really helps with the algorithm. Subscribe now if you haven't already. And of course, as always, reach out to me on LinkedIn with any questions you have. I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. We just monetized the channel. This is day 140 something in a row of new video. We're gonna keep putting out new videos each and every day. Just like when I show up to work in my software sales shop each and every day, I make calls. So go be consistent, go do your thing. So much for watching. Have a nice weekend. Bye.